You'll probably see very little sideboarding.
Rock, paper, scissors. That's how we start all of our feature matchups here at the Lost Legion live stream. If you want to win your own playset, stay tuned to next round, and I'll tell you how you can do it. We give them away every week. We also draw for last week's winners. So I talked to Sam. I don't know what he's playing because I forgot to ask him. It's a rookie mistake. I asked him, more importantly, though, did you open a Sacred Foundry? And he said immediately, yes. So
congratulations.
That is the one I need. He said, we can talk later. So Brandon,
was it the first person you've asked tonight?
Yes, literally the first person. So no one needs to know about this, but there's going to be. I'm just going to tell you right now. There's going to be a lot more of me just cracking wise tonight than there is normally because there's a lot of downtime during draft.
Oh, I thought you were going to be really happy that you're getting a foil Misty.
Okay, well it's yeah. So what we're talking about is actually it's Brandon Hart. Brandon Hart has a friend who
surprising.
He has at least one friend, a casual acquaintance we'll call it. But he has a foil Scalding Tarn that he opened from back in the day.
Tarn.
And I am desperately trying to complete my playset of foil fetches. I'm very close, and I just lack 5 more in blue ones. And so when he told me this, I said, of course, I'm very interested.
Maybe
but
got an erection.
The problem is, it's a little bit blue. We're working a little blue. But his friend is the kind of guy that doesn't, I don't really need anything kind of guy. But he said, with the new cards coming out, as we see Sam unfortunately mulled to 5, where Brandon kept his 7. He said,
OMG.
I need, OMG, my opponent's mulling into oblivion, LOL, TTYL, mom. And then he said, I need play sets of Shocklands. Play sets of a couple Shocklands. And so it works out on paper, and I'm more than willing to. So I have been on a mad, but he needs them for next week's FNM. So I've been on a mad dash, and you've been kind enough to help me out finding a few others that we traded for earlier tonight. I did some work on Wednesday at the Legacy event that we didn't have, so I just traded. Oh, it's not your fault. You would have made 3, so no worries. We could have a 3-person round robin tournament. But I'm short 1 Sacred Foundry, and Sam literally, that was my only goal today, is to come here, trade for 1 Sacred Foundry. Sam Hannah's going to make it.
I want to pick up some uncommons from people. Like, I'm looking for 3 more Border Sleep.
I don't know what that card is that Sam plays, but it is a 1/1 that whenever Sam plays another black creature, he can give a creature Intimidate. And there we see it. There we see it. The key to Brandon Hart's strategy. He's playing Rat Tribal. He has he's like at least 50 copies of that rat in his deck. I mean, to be perfectly fair, all joking aside, sometimes in draft you just need a bear.
Yeah.
Like the Walking Corpse was fine in Innistrad. You just need it.
As he plays the second one?
Oh yeah, he's got all the rats.
And he's missing his 3rd land drop. He kept running bare hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, he saw that Sam was probably going to be weak to double bear technology. And so we see the Extort Bat. There's a 1/2 Extort. I believe it flies, doesn't it?
It's going to be really bad against all these 2/2s.
Miracle's an island.
Miracle Island.
I see a card I do not know in Brandon's hand.
What are you guys talking about? Rat Tribal is totally a deck. It's totally an archetype right now in Standard.
I mean, it's pretty brutal. It's tough to see. Most of the decks in Standard have a bad matchup against it.
I thought we were going to hold up Counterspell for 2.
What is, that's actually good in this spot. What is that card? Is that the Black, no, it's not the Black Denizen, because that Black Denizen is the one that Sam played that I don't know the name of it. That's going to be a recurring theme tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is that I know what these cards do, but I don't know what they're all called. Do you know what that black card is? Sam really up against it here. He mulled to 5, he's stuck on 2 lands. He's playing Rakdos or something.
Cannot tell about the card art. Slate Street Ruffian. Whenever it becomes blocked, defending player discards a card. Pretty good against the player that mulls 5.
It's actually not that bad at all. It basically just reads as unblockable. So he's going to tap down, and then Sam is going to scoop. Because see, that's that situation there where he's going to encode that on something with Decipher.
And then tap down
the other creature every turn. So Sam on 2 lands is just up against it.
Yep.
So that's not the way we want to see the matches determined here on our live stream.
Once again, Rat Bear.
I believe a lot of what people are going to tune in tonight, either in a dedicated fashion, as our loyal viewers, or they're just going to stumble upon it. They're going to be like, I want some Gatecrash drafts. I want to try to get some experience so that I can be prepared for this limited format. And then they're
So I
going
can be ready for GT Charlotte.
yeah, and then they're going to see that 7 rat tribal decks
Beat modified.
they really dominate the player that never plays a third land. Decks that never play a third land have an awful matchup against the rat
Decks that
deck.
never play a creature with more than 2 power.
I would say also creatureless decks would also have a bad matchup.
40 land decks.
40 land decks have a pretty good matchup because again, they have plenty of mana. They never run out of resources.
Right.
So we've always wanted to. I have a friend that always wanted to do that. Just wanted to sign up for a local FNM, which is just a deck full of land, and then just be like every turn just play it, and just be like, God, I can't believe this. It's just nothing but land. Look at this, unbelievable. He said it'd be just worth like 2 rounds of that joke just for the $5, and I can't argue with him. I mean, I spent $5 doing a lot worse things.
You play against a control deck that sits there and analyzes every
play. He's leaving counter open, mana open every time. He must be playing some kind of 5-color flash deck. I think we just broke the format, Garrett. So we moved to game 2 here. Brandon Hart taking advantage of some sweet rat synergy to take care of Sam, who unfortunately did mull to 5 on the draw and did not find...
Probably sideboarding in 4 more lands.
Or at least a low curve, maybe. Which is funny because, like, I don't think you really... The one thing that's unfortunate in games like that is you really have no idea what the opponent's deck is doing. Like, all joking aside about rats, like, you really don't figure Brandon is on, like, the rat plan, you know what I mean? All you know is your opponent played 2 kind of good guys, another guy, and then had a cipher card.
And then had a tap guy.
Yeah. But that tap card is very, very good.
Yes. Ruben Bressler going live tonight with a stand-up routine. For those of you who don't know, Ruben Bressler, full-time comedian.
Is he? Sounds as good as Ian Nolte.
Never seen either's comedy routine.
Our official stream. Well, they're starting to pour in now. We're up to like 72 viewers. That's because I imagine a lot of people heard through various forms of social media, Twitter, maybe tin cans with strings on them. They're like, you know what, this guy is playing Revolutionary Rat Deck on the stream. So let's quit watching. Let's quit watching Diesel stream Cube. Let's quit watching Paul Cheon try to qualify for the Pro Tour. Let's watch some guy in a state that we don't know exists really.
We thought it was the western part of another state.
Playing 9 copies of, I don't even know what the thing's called. What is it called? Gutter Rat?
Bear Rat.
Bear Rat. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Bear Rat Technology. Question in the chat about the how much FNMs cost. It is in fact $5 entry at our FNMs, but we've talked about this before. Our FNM is geared toward the casual player, and although we have plenty of competitive players here, littering our top 8s every week, it's a reasonable fee, and then the prize structure is very reasonable and rewards players for participation.
I just want to mention real fast that it is a zombie rat.
It's creature type zombie rat.
And you did look up the
name.
Gutter Skulk.
Gutter Skulk. Okay.
So not only does it have synergy with Pack Rat, which will make Pack Rat bigger, but you can then discard your Gravecrawler to your Pack Rat, and then play it because your Gutter Skulk is a zombie.
You know what they call that? Value.
That's a deck.
Look up the
ogre. A deck.
What's the ogre guy do? The rat ogre guy?
The Slumlord.
Yeah.
He is, whenever a non-token creature deals or dies, you get a 1/1 rat, and rats you control have Death Touch.
Well, so he really is missing, he was really hoping to catch that rare in Pack 3, so that he could really take advantage of his rat tribal synergies. I really think, more than anything, and we kid Brandon, and we appreciate the fact that he lets us watch. This is a daunting task to let people watch everything you do and stuff like that.
Both got their 7.
But I think he's really going to, over the course of this draft, regret not drafting either of those Grizzly Spectacles.
Yep.
And then we see Dimir Guildmage.
Wow.
Well, it's not. It's whatever it's called. It's not a Dimir Guildmage. Dustmantle Guildmage.
I forget what the
the first one is whenever a card would go to your opponent's graveyard this turn, they lose 1 life, and then for 4 you can mill 2.
Huh. That's not bad.
So Paranoid Delusions, if you're unfamiliar with that card, that is Mill 3 Cipher. So this is a pretty good combo here. Now, I really don't like the mill plan.
Oh, same cast of that?
Yeah, okay. I really don't like the mill plan, but it's one of those things like the Tome Scour deck and M11 Limited,
or the safely say that Sam is not Rakdos.
Or the he's not Rakdos. He is Dimir. He's also Dimir. But it's one of those things like Mind Sculpt and M13 Limited. If you get enough of them, it's the best deck in the format. So we'll see how that goes. And then we see the 2/2 basically unblockable guy because...
if you have to discard a card, it never becomes blocked.
Yeah.
I think it's a 2/3.
Well, Sam really needs to remove that guy because the problem with putting the Cypher Mill card on your 2/2 guy is that the 2/2 guy can't really attack profitably into anything.
That's a 2/2. But still, it would get rid of the Cypher and the Guild Mage, which is probably Sam's best creatures.
Tapping for 4. 4.
Is that draw a card Cypher? Yep.
So we're loading up. So when Brandon untaps and kills that guy, it's going to be like a 19 for 1, right?
Yeah. So Sam officially can't attack with this guy. I mean, he doesn't know that Brandon has Aetherize. But Brandon has 2 Aetherize.
Yeah, and I think he has 1 in his hand. Also, if he's not attacking with this guy, like, what's the point of playing the Cypher card? I mean, I understand, like, it's probably not high druid up, but it's a very aggressive Cypher.
Right.
The reason I bring up the build deck is because if you watched our Gatecrash pre-release coverage, we watched Jordan Petyo build his Dimir pool, and he ended up with 5 copies of Paranoid Delusions and a Mind Grind. So when you open that pool, you can force mill, I think, but...
Kirun.
Dimir Kirun, or is that the... Yeah, that's Dimir Kirun, right?
Yes, that is Dimir Kirun. What's the land? The Creeping Carpet. It's a Creeping Carpet.
It's 2/2 unblockable.
Not hexproof.
Not hexproof.
Just unblockable.
The Simic one is hexproof. I had that one in my sealed pool. I played it as a Mind Stone. So this is really what Sam wanted. I mean, ideally,
that's the creature.
That's the creature you want to have all your Cypher stuff on, the one that can get around things. So Brandon up to 6 mana. We know because we watched him draft that he has no cards in his deck he can cast for 6 mana.
Well, he might have sided 1 in.
I think Brandon
he didn't even sideboard.
Brandon is making a little bit of a strategic mistake, in my opinion, because he's yet to play any rats. Do you think he's holding them for late game? Is he fearing a wrath effect?
He might have had to mill the rats. As Brandon has already milled like 10 cards.
That's got to be like a good unglued, unhinged type card. It's Rat of God or something, where it's just rats overwhelming. I need sleep is what I need. I think it's not even 7:30. We're only an hour into this silly little broadcast, and I'm already talking about...
top LSD on his puns.
I'm making bad puns. So here's the situation. Both gentlemen have 5 lands. Sam, with the Dimir Guildmage loaded up with 2 Cyphers on it, and the flying 1/1 Sprite.
We'll get another Cypher card.
What is that one?
It's a blue card with a moon on it, looks like.
I don't think I've seen that card played before.
Looking for the blue card with what looks like a moon on it.
It's a creature.
Oh, no, it's a creature that's a Leyline Phantasm. That's the 5/5 that bounces.
I don't like that guy at all. What's your opinion?
Let's see what he costs. I think he costs 5, right? Leyline Phantom, yeah. It's okay. Like, it's big.
So here we see Living the Dream. Brandon has animated his Kirun and played the Cypher card that makes them discard a card. And so he's going to basically Mind Rot him there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty tough to beat. I don't really like that discard card, the Cypher card. We've talked about this before, even before the cards came out, but my personal preference is most of the Cypher cards are garbage by themselves.
Yeah.
The only ones that I would really play are the ones that might, if I just play the card, I'm content with that if I don't get any bonus.
Right.
So the Call the Nightwing I think is okay, and the Detain spell is fine.
Right.
So he's going to serve with everything, and he's going to block the Cypher guy. take 6, right?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think you
bounce?
have to.
Is it bounce when he does damage? If you don't do that, you're just going to lose that.
You do have
keyring.
a show player, right?
Yeah. You have the book. I can look it up if you want. Someone in the chat is suggesting a deck that runs nothing but guild gates and lands.
Deals damage to a player. So yeah, you just serve with those two.
Mm-hmm.
Like you throw them and bounces to your hand.
Uh-huh. It's going to take 1.
You think you'd know that since his name almost sounds similar to hand.
Yeah, do you make that trade? I guess you do. And there we see a rogue, right? Does the rogue make you bounce the creature?
Yep.
So now he's unblockable. So like Sam has the makings of a decent deck here as far as the cipher.
I think he just blew that cipher load too early.
Yeah. A little aggressive ciphering the non-evasive creature. But to be fair, Brandon has like no business.
Well, he does now. He's gonna have to, Sam's gonna have the choice of discarding one of the 2 creatures that got bounced this turn.
He finally landed that 8th mana source he needs to hardcast Gristlebrand. So there we go with another key rune activation and attack. Sam's going to have to discard because of the ciphered spell.
So he discards. Is that the 3rd?
That's the bouncing thing.
Okay, which is good
because it's awful.
As you see, Sam has a guild mage on board, and he is unable to activate any of his abilities because his mana is tied up.
Yeah.
Did Brandon kill it?
No, Sam chose to discard the ley line.
Oh no, he's reading the. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
now he's going to kill it with a Wretched Flesh.
Yeah.
Because he has two creatures in his graveyard. So there's the old 19 for 1.
As we were talking about earlier, Wretched Flesh, really only good turn 7, turn 8 because, turns 1 through 5, there's no creatures in the graveyard.
Unless you're playing a hard mill, there's a couple cards that incrementally are good, like the counterspell that mills, that's fine. Yeah. And
because that's still just a 3-mana counterspell, that's good.
Yeah, and then the Sage's Run, the blue card, the 2/3 that mills when a blue creature comes in, that's still fine. So this is Stolen Identity, isn't it? So you make it. Oh, this is so good. Oh, Aetherize, such a blowout. Poor Sam.
What did he make a copy of?
Well, he had the unblockable rogue, the 3/2 guy.
So you have to bounce something.
He had the 3/2 guy, and then he made a copy.
The 3/2 guy.
No, don't worry. Well, hold on. Let's think about it here.
No, and it enters the battlefield, and you have to bounce something.
Yeah, it might be too late to back it up, is what I'm saying. Because they're already into next turn. Yeah, I think you're right. We'll remind him at the end of the turn. Oh, there it is. Finally. Dual rat technology.
He had been holding back.
I was not wrong. I was making a joke and it was true. I was saying the most ironic thing possible, and it turned out to be the God's honest truth. So Brandon, he's hell-bent because he's all in on the rat plan.
Yeah. So what we're talking about, and for anybody that would have this rare obscure situation come up, the Stolen Identity makes a copy of the rogue. That rogue enters the battlefield, and it would have to bounce something. So technically Sam should not have a creature right now. But as it's passed too far, we're just commentators. We're not judging the game.
Yep.
Let's see.
Hey, Max.
One draft number 1.
Heyo. Max Turner joining us now. He was the winner of Pod 1. We were watching Pod 2.
And a junk skirmisher and 70 primordial.
I saw you open the skirmisher.
What's the best thing you killed with your primordial?
Planes, just never cut the boards off or doing anything.
Well, we're watching Brandon Hart play Mono Rats.
So they serve in with both rats?
He drew a swamp. Enchanting land, so he can give a target creature flying, which is not good enough.
Decided to fight through Dave Brown ran one packet, not one but 2 copies of Merciless Eviction.
2 Merciless Evictions in one draft?
Yeah, 1 foil.
What's that like?
At Wreck thing we played both.
I've played against
it should wreck
Lewis with that.
Yeah, he got 2 in his sealed pool, but that's a little bit more. Well, that's still good. It's a little bit more as we see the hand extended. I think that game plays out remarkably differently if he just waits on that cipher stuff.
Right.
I'm going to go trade some guys.
Okay.
He not only missed
Foundry.
I found one that said, did you get one?
No, I was trying to get one.
Sam has one. He said he would trade to me.
I'll be back, gentlemen.
All right.
Not only did he miss activations with his Guild Mage just to cast those Cipher spells, which really the only one that you could argue about was the draw card. Like if he needed action or if he needed lands, like the draw card one's fine. But the other one, I think was a total waste.
Yep. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. What I'm gonna do is you wanna give away some Magic cards?
We could give away some Magic cards.
So you saw, if you've been watching since the start of that round, you saw that we start all of our feature matches with a delightful, I'd say delightful, possibly life-altering game of rock, paper, scissors. Don't start your games like a noob. Don't roll dice. Don't flip coins. What is this, the third world? Get with the program. This isn't the 1929 Great Depression. This is not the Dust Bowl. We are not characters in Grapes of Wrath. Get with the program and start with this new technology, rock, paper, scissors. If you don't have your own playset, well, you're in luck because we give them away every single week. Right now, I'm headed over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic, and I'm going to make a post that says something equivalent to, it's giveaway time. We're giving away copies of rock, paper, scissors. All you have to be able to do is read, and then...
or have a friend to point out to you which post if you can't read. I'm actually disappointed that I'm not a character in Grapes of Wrath.
Well, I mean, we can't have it all. You know what I mean? I'll call you Tom Joad for the rest of the podcast if you would like.
Relentless.
But, yeah, Tom Joad Relentless. But the post is up, so head over there to facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. First of all, find that giveaway post. Every time you like it, comment on it, share it. And then it also posts to Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, @ZachSellsMagic, and retweet it, you'll also... All of those separate things will give you entry into next week's drawing for your own play set of rock, paper, scissors cards. So let's... what are the chances we can get another match? I don't really know if I want another match out of this pool, basically.
Just look at it and say that.
No, we're just going to wait. We're just going to wait until the end of the round. We're going to have to kill some time, guys. I apologize, but that is the nature of the draft week. It's not like our regular FNMs where we have 20 matches to choose from and whatnot. All of those guys are still going on. But anyway, go over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. If you've never been there, yep.
Let me borrow your phone.
Borrow?
No, I'm leaving right now. Oh, the charger.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Okay. There you go, man.
Alright, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Have a good one.
Alright.
That's one of the services we provide is the...
Magic coverage and phone charging.
Well, the broom closet, as we are sitting in, as we're so elegantly displayed above me, thanks to stream viewer Tindra, who also made the fun little picture of me, which I use for everything. We do the commentary from here because it is a convenient enough distance from the feature match area that they can't hear us talk because we can shut this door, even though the walls don't go all the way to the ceiling and you can't hear ambient noise over the top. But what happens is everyone comes in here and leaves the backpacks, they charge their phones, they leave their clothing, their jackets.
Brandon
just saunters in, wearing Minnesota Vikings hat, which, as we all know, is very questionable. So you're going to love watching the coverage if you go back and watch our coverage, because we make a lot of fun of your deck, because your deck wins by playing Rat Tribal, which is pretty funny. So obviously game one there wasn't much of a game because Sam got like totally hosed on land. We
decided the red completely out of his deck.
That's fine. I don't know what the red was, but that seemed fine. He should have beaten you game two, but he was just a little bit too aggressive with the ciphers. Like he loaded up a cipher creature. He loaded up cipher spells on a creature with no evasion, and then played 3 copies of cards with evasion.
And
but I mean, you'll have that.
Across from your 2/2.
I was pretty glad at that.
Yeah.
But I was like, swing, I'll trade all day. Let's do this.
We mentioned that the Rat Tribal deck has a very good matchup against decks that never play a third land. It's really strong in that metagame. If your opponents are never playing lands, like really get into it.
Ironically, game 2, I feel like that's the best my deck could do. So I'm
you're
actually excited for the rest of this.
In for a long night. So you might have to be splashing for these tokens because they might be better than some of the cards in your deck.
And the one thing is I don't know because when he got this 2 mils, it literally hit like every good card in my deck. I think he hit
all 2 of them?
Yeah.
Yes! Garrett, we got him. We got him.
He hit 5 creatures and 5 or so.
That's all the
We did talk about earlier how I know that you're pissed at this draft because you didn't pull like a $25 mythic.
First of all, I didn't pull an over $1 rare.
That's not true. The foil primordial is probably worth like 6.
You didn't take that though.
I know.
That was passed to me.
It's still worth some money. Let's,
You passed
whatever.
this. This is like $1 or $2.
So let's now go to the chat. Remember, folks, we will have a lot of time to kill tonight, so if you have anything you'd like to talk about in the chat, feel free to ask any questions, as we will have nothing better to do than talk about them. We've already discussed... can somebody explain to me, what is the internet slang OP?
Overpowered.
Overpowered?
Or original poster.
But see, that's the problem. I thought it was like, why is Frog Lizard token original poster? Doesn't make any sense to me, but it's overpowered. And I'm getting love in the chat. It's always good to see. I like the Frog Lizard token.
I actually need a Frog Lizard token.
You can have that one. You gave me that.
The Soldier token looks like Princess Leia.
The Soldier token, if you have
Except for black.
Precinct Captain,
Hey,
Like
why you gotta
that's-
bring race into this?
that's the,
Black.
as you can
That
see
one's
in the
black,
Soldier
too.
token, there's a character in the background. That's the Precinct Captain, because in the card Precinct Captain, there's a Soldier card facing the other way.
That's a different one.
See? No, the white Soldier token.
Other one.
No, that's white,
Oh.
white and red. See?
Ah, got you.
That's Precinct Captain in the background.
It is. Let's zoom in. So the guy in the back and the left, that's Precinct Captain, and the Soldier is the little dude
That you
that
get.
that you get with him. It's a 2-for-1.
No, no, no.
We talked about the trade and we make with your friend.
Just like the
How do they feel
new
about
enchantment.
No one commented.
Just like the new enchantment. the
I
1 mana
guess I
cost,
came in.
illness in the ranks. The 2
Brian
centaurs in
Grace,
that
Sacred
are the 2
Which one?
centaurs.
Sacred.
Good God, guys.
Who?
Brian Grace.
I'm sorry, we're talking about Sacred Foundry.
The 2 centaurs in illness in the ranks are the same centaurs as Centaur's Calling or whatever. The centaurs, Courser's of Cool.
Herald. Yeah, of course it's
The 6 mana cost.
There's on the ground.
There's a lot of neat card interactions.
Mhm.
Like that. Just like how in Dark Ascension there were a bunch of land cards, and then the same artists did the exact same lands again for Avacyn Restored, but just like brighter and more,
Which were pretty cool.
you know, benevolent.
I like that.
So for those of you who didn't catch that, we were briefly joined by Max Turner there, who won Pod 1. We are currently watching Pod 2. Pod 3 has fired. And in theory, if this finishes up, we might get Pod 4. Although, we did mention there are a lot of casual players in your draft, and the chances of those rounds not going to time every single time are almost nil. I might actually come down here on Thursday and draft. You watch me. I might do it. I might draft these Magic cards. I'm notoriously bad for not drafting.
I'm actually completely against drafting Gatecrash ever again. Or
I thought
opening
you
the
said
2
you were going to
boxes.
do the league too.
Probably. No, I thought about that and then realized that League might not be a good idea because I don't really. When I come here, I don't want to play League.
Right.
So I could just buy 6 packs maybe.
Could we just have like a commander game in between rounds?
We might. We could just go there and play Commander on
No,
the.
we could just play it right here.
Just in the studio. Just push the studio cam down. Yeah, let's talk about Commander a little bit. It's very on topic.
Okay.
You know, the newest set in Magic is being printed or opened. Hello. Hey Nick.
I wanted to say hi.
Hey, man.
Welcome.
Hello.
Are you drafting tonight?
Yes, I am.
Are you are you in Pod 3 or Pod 4?
I don't know, Pod 4. Probably Pod 4. I'm
Probably
not in
Pod.
this Astro. It hasn't started yet, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have a back. You got a breeding pool.
Nick,
That's pretty nice.
Living the
for
dream.
anyone on the stream who doesn't know,
So I'm open
brought down the
23
notorious
packs now,
fun
and you
and
got the other
interactive
one
deck
going
last time to FNM. Hexproof
Auras.
Auras.
Very nice when they're
Thanks.
Thanks for that, Nick.
Trade 'em?
Thanks for that.
You know what I did the math. Out of the 19 packs I opened for the 2 pre-releases, the average card value of my rares was $1.11.
And the entire world shed a single tear.
It's alright though.
So in reality, I drafted Dimir because I didn't think anyone else would. Found out 3 other people did.
Yeah, but that being said, I think the only reason they drafted Dimir is because you passed a lot. When you're still in your white phase, you passed a lot of good cards. You also passed an Orzhov Charm.
That's 2 Wars all times.
Okay, that's 2 mistakes then.
Yeah, but
Like, did you read
You
that
go
card?
back. You go back and watch. I think there are some.
Okay, it says kill a target creature.
You go back and watch. I think there were some
Which is
picks that you
Which
could
is
have
fine.
changed there.
yeah.
But I do want to talk about, like I said, the new set's coming out, so standard is being changed drastically. Everybody loves new sets, so that, of course, is the best time to talk about a format that's entirely casual with 100 card decks and uses mostly cards that are out of print, right?
Solid.
Basically, that's
The
what
only card that I've added to my commander deck from Gatecrash.
Rapid hybridization.
I added 2
You
cards on it.
play, so for your benefit, this is Commander Corner now on the Zach Sells Magic live stream.
Zach Smoke Magic.
There's a lot of those in the chat now. Imposter Zach Sells Magic account. So
I have the
you
official
play.
Commander box.
You play. I hate this thing. It looks like some kind of like Borg ship from.
It goes really well in your backpack. Not.
4 years old. So you play this lady. Bruna.
Because I own an oversized card of her.
You do own an oversized card of her. And now,
Because people play Ablation.
after I bladed it one too many times, you actually had to acquire a real one. That's a pro tip. You do need to have a real one because people will tuck it. No, we had to proxy it.
I own one. But
We had to proxy one. So you're playing Bruna. Bruna's super good. The only card you said you added to it was Rapid Hybridization, which is a Pongify, which is a hard removal spell, basically. Your deck doesn't care about 3/3s. There's another thing, too. Here's another pro tip. If you're playing green in Commander and you're not playing Beast Within, you've made a mistake. Because nobody gives a hot crap about a 3/3 creature in a format like Commander.
where you play like 8/8s.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually my Bruna is like 15 plus.
There's a lot of cards in here that are just like auto-includes. I'm trying to bring up cards that are specifically good in your deck. So do you want to talk a little bit about...
Yes.
Yes, he is playing his...
Jeremy Lanham.
Jeremy Lanham making an appearance.
Jeremy Lanham tried to imitate me one time by making a... what's it called? What's the red-white one? No.
Jorkadine? No. Gisela?
Gisela. Like he saw my Avacyn Mythic... Excuse me. He saw my Avacyn Mythic Rare Angel and he thought, okay, I'll do the same thing and have the same success. But...
Although Gisela's nutty.
Especially in Commander.
If you get Gisela up to 11 power, she kills in one swing.
Right. Plus, I mean, the interaction in the multiplayer game is really fun.
Yes. Yeah, because it says the damage is doubled when any of your opponents are dealt damage. Doesn't matter if it comes from you or not. So let's talk about a little bit. You're playing enchantments. So tell people about Bruna. What does Bruna do?
Bruna has, she's a 5/5 flying vigilant, and upon attacking or blocking, creates a triggered ability that will grab any enchantment from the battlefield, any aura in your graveyard, or any aura in your hand that can, legally target her. And you have the option of putting that on her. So
it's any aura in the game.
Basically.
Any zone in the game other than
your opponent's hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it include their graveyards too?
No.
Okay.
No.
And so then basically you have a lot of other creatures that go and get fun enchantments as well. You've got Totem Guide, Heart of Beast.
Something that would not see play in any other deck.
You've got Lost Auramancers.
Yeah, that actually doesn't usually get an aura. That usually just gets Omniscience.
And it's just an enchantment. And then you've got
Aura
Touched Mage and cards like
3 Dreams.
Three Dreams where you go and get 3 enchantments.
Now, the stories I always tell with 3 Dreams is you want to fetch like your Eldrazi Conscription, your Double Strike, and your Still the Godhead. So Bruna is a 17/17 double striker that cannot be blocked. And for those of you who don't know, Commander damage, you only need 21 Commander damage to just die. Mm-hmm. So swinging for 34 usually kills somebody.
It's also interesting. Oh no, you can't. I was going to say you could tutor up Oblivion Ring and do that to yourself. And then so you are playing some high end. You did mention them already, but obviously the combo is you attack with her and you get the super awesome and the best creature enchantment ever printed is Eldrazi Conscription,
it's kind
which
of
gives
auto-included.
Gives the creature +10/+10 and Annihilator 2. Just enchantment route, since not necessarily with Bruna, but you have the synergy, which is general enchantment tutors.
Right.
You are of course playing arguably the best enchantment ever printed in terms of raw power, Omniscience.
Generally, like if I get it early enough, I might tutor for Mind Unbound, because that's an extremely powerful card.
You can draw a lot of cards, and then you have Indestructibility, which makes a target permanent indestructible,
it's kind of
nice.
Which
is very good.
Especially whenever I play Wrath Effects.
So, again, we are waiting for, and then you've got other stuff in here that...
This is EDH Corner with Garrett and Zach.
Commander Corner with Garrett and Zach. Last week we had Judge's Corner with
me and
Yin and Garrett. You're involved in a lot of our corners. So welcome back.
A lot of pots.
So you are playing Bruna. It's very fun.
Yep.
Very good. I like. It is the kind of deck we talked about it earlier. There are 2 kinds of commander decks: the kind of commander deck that needs the commander to be out most of the time, and the ones that don't ever really cast them. This leans more towards the former than the latter.
Though I've tried to build it, to not rely on that.
Yeah, but it's obviously your plan A is pretty all in on her because you're abusing that ability to its full. Now, of course, Brandon Hart has a singleton EDH deck, and that, of course, is dragons because Brandon is all about dragons all the GD time. He's going to play dragons every time. And you are playing. Who is your dude? Karathas? He's a tyrant. Freaking tyrant of Jund. And you just got crap. You got dragons in there. Done.
Lots of dragons. Added the Hellkite Tyler, the new one.
If you ever need to solidify a trade with Brandon, just pull out your dollar dragons.
Dragons? That's a good deal, even.
With my trades, unfortunately.
So do you have any dragons? Do you have any dragons in any of these binders?
Hello?
Do you need this?
Yeah.
If you didn't need it, I was going to trade you in.
Don't trade again. Jeez.
Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Later, Vickers. How'd you do in your draft?
I went a nice 1 and 2. You know,
Well,
solid. It's
That's not half bad. That's worse than half bad.
Yeah, it really is. You know, I'm glad I came. I saw. I got conquered.
Yeah, conquered hard. We're waiting for our next round of draft.
Oh, what?
You have that quarter calling?
Oh, I don't have it with me. No, I got one. Max trade for one. I apologize. No, I don't have it with me. I can get it.
Sure.
You had to fight Max for it.
I'll beat this.
Language.
Whoa!
We're on national television.
I know.
The question in the chat: Gisela versus Aurelia. Who's the superior red white angel?
Gisela.
General.
Gisela. No question.
No, because you'd be dead before you could cast her.
How about you just play both of them?
Because your double combat phase really doesn't mean jack whenever you only deal half a damage.
Sure.
But you're going to be dead before you play her.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Question in the chat: is this Gatecrash draft? It is.
It is.
We are currently between. Right now, it's just whinging about Magic cards time. We are waiting between rounds 1 and 2. We watched this gentleman, Brandon Hart.
Smoke Sam.
When it's round 1, we also watched him draft his unique take on Dimir Cypher, featuring a very heavy rat theme. And when you're drafting Dimir and Gatecrash, Adam, how many gutter skulks do you try to draft? Over, under, about 6?
Like, what's the...
I would have to know what that is first.
It's a 2/2 rat bear.
Oh, the rat bear? Yeah.
I like how your eyes just get like, rat bear?
Rat bear. It's a big one.
Draft 2.
Draft 2. You're up.
Go
get him.
Yeah, just grab whoever your opponent is.
Are we playing on camera again?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, these are your cards.
How many did he have? I'd probably go 2.
Huh?
2.
2 before you fully commit to Dimir?
Oh, that was the first pick?
No. The first pick was Dimir Keeper, which actually turned out to be a great first
Yeah, that's fine, because it's unblockable, and you
Plus
can kill
it's
somebody
foil.
with it. Oh, whoa. Yeah, you have to get the foil card no matter even if it is a rat bear.
The local legend
I wish I had made
Adam
a beat for that.
Vickers. So let's take a quick